really big enough in this country have way different power than we have. We have very little minimum power. What power that the little power that we
You have a lot of power. One man, because of one man's death that nobody knew. Nobody knew George Floyd.
That's true.
Nobody knew that man.
But that's not what hold
on, let me finish. That one man, listen, Joe Madison said the difference between a moment and a movement is sacrifice. That's the difference. Because anybody can go on social media and tweet you, okay? But it takes more to sacrifice. That one man, even though he should not have had to sacrifice it, that had no business happening to that man. And it infuriates me inside when I think about it. That's not police. That's not police. That's not this job. But that one man's unfortunate sacrifice sparked a movement from hold on.
But
I understand it. You're right.
Beating us down.
If you would allow me to finish. If you just allow me to finish.
But every force
if you just allow me to finish. You're right. But Emmett Till was one young man. But people before him was under subjugation. But something about that young man's life sparked a movement. This man's life has sparked a movement from LA to London. Nobody knew this man 2 weeks ago. Okay? Nobody knew this man 2 weeks ago. So don't say that you're not a change maker.
These movements aren't for George Floyd.
My question for you is, what are you doing as a police officer?
What I'm doing as a
black man with that badge on? What are you doing to change this?
What I'm doing is that I realize that in police departments across the nation, across the world, there are racists in those police departments. And like I told this young lady, if you think you can change something from outside, you're not gonna make anything happen. This country, did not want us, but yet there were people who fought anyway. And now we got spaces, and a man just 4 years ago was in that White House that wasn't designed for him. You have to start somewhere. You have to start somewhere. As a black man in this uniform, I make sure that when I'm dealing with black and brown people, I treat, even if they committed a crime, they're still human beings. They're still entitled to a level of respect. Okay, if I have to take someone's freedom because they committed a crime, that doesn't give me the authority to take their life. By no stretches of the imagination. If this job is 80% verbal, 20% physical, if I can't talk to you and get you to comply or to at least bring down the level where we can get an understanding of one another, there's a problem. There's a problem. That 20% where I have to get physical, it should be in an extreme cases, okay? But the problem is that you do have some that think it's 80% physical and 20% verbal. You know what? If I pull you over and I just simply treat you with common decency, okay, you're more likely to comply with me than if I come up here and just tell you, what do you think you're doing? What was you doing? And I make you feel less than you are a grown woman. It's not my place to make you feel like a child. You're not a child. But it's in how we deal with each other. You have officers across the country who've never even dealt with black people. That's not their experience. Okay? So if I quit, and now all the police departments are white, how does that help anybody? It doesn't. So, like I told her, I'm a father of a 16-year-old male, a 14-year-old daughter, a 10-year-old male, and a 2-year-old son. Okay? It matters. It does matter. And like I told her, I was black before this. When I'm off duty, I'm black. But not only am I black, I'm black with this on my hip with a t-shirt over it, and I'm driving. When I get pulled over and I'm a cop, I have to let that other cop know, hey, look, guys, I got a weapon on me and my wallet's back here. Is it okay if I reach for it? And I am the police, and I'm black, and I say that because I know I'm black. I know I'm black before I'm anything else. I'm gonna be black after this job. Just because, listen, I'm not gonna say all police are good. I'm not even gonna say the cliche, most police are good. You don't know whether police is good until you deal with them. Period, done. But I'm not that. And I have many brothers standing next to me that are not that. And we do what we do because in spite of what you do, we understand that nobody should lose their life for a petty crime. You out here being an active shooter and you're actively shooting people, then okay, that's a different story. But you write a bad check and you're dead from a bad check? Really?
Right, so how do you put?
Wait, you aren't most police. What can you possibly do about the people who are not here? Because if we understand that you might be saying that you are a great person, and that is fantastic to hear. But there are so many people who don't look like you that are on that force.
You guys are doing it. You guys are doing it.
But what are you doing?
I am being an example. I'm being an example. And I can tell you about this man right here. If I see it's wrong, I will speak, and I do.
So you have with fellow
and
cops
I do.
Have you ever seen fellow cops that you
I have seen things about to go down the wrong street and said, yo man, let me talk to him. And pull them off before it gets to that.
Yeah, but do
they
you
always
tell
allow
them?
you to?
Do you go to your boss and do you say, hey,
Or
or is that blue badge of protection?
No, it's not about a protection. If I talk to that individual, listen, as a cop, I still have the same emotions as you do, okay? And sometimes you can have a dialogue with an individual where if you're not having a good day, you might be in a different place.
And I'm not saying not have a bad day. Racism is not a bad day. You don't wake up one day and say, I'm going to be a racist. So by you guys, I'm so sorry. Let me get this out. By you guys simply pulling them to the side, having a talk, when you're not around, they're going to do the same exact thing. And then they're going to do it worse. Then they're killing us. Then they're hurting us. I understand what you're saying. Great, you should pull them to the side. There should be dialogue. There should be dialogue to a higher power. You should go to your boss and you should say, I saw this. It's not a bad day. Racism is not a bad day.
I agree.
You can't police each other if y'all protecting
And I'll tell you this. I accept what you're saying. Because in my stride, every day before I leave, because I don't know whether I'm going to see my wife and kids when I come home, I pray and ask to be a better man than I was the day before. That perspective is legit. So now I have to reflect that even if I'm trying to do good, there's better than I can do. And I accept what you're saying. And I'm not going to try to make an excuse for what you just said, because that's legit. Like I said, my heart works with you guys because I've been this since the day I came out of mom. Okay? So I see it. And like I said, I got 3 little black boys and a little black girl. I do, and I get it. I legitimately get it. And I'm proud of each and every one of you guys. A lot of you guys will say y'all college graduates. Man, keep walking. Keep marching. Don't stop. Do it for me. Do it because right now I'm here and I can't do what you're doing. But understand, my heart is over here with you guys. 100%.
Have you ever been able to go to a higher up and not?
But where the fuck were y'all when I got locked up?
I haven't personally been put in a situation where I have felt like I have needed to do something like that, so I could not honestly answer that question to you. I have not personally been put in that particular position.
So what do we do as citizens to make sure that those precincts or those departments that don't have standards that require a buddy system when someone is breaking or using excessive force or racial profiling, like what do we do to make sure that the standards are met?
So I'm gonna break it down to you like this. Most police departments have a chief, and that chief is accountable to its county executive or whoever or whatever the county executive or commissioner's name is. Okay. It's not just the police you gotta hold. It's your county council you gotta hold responsible. Because understand this, police cannot enforce laws that the council doesn't set. Okay, take for instance, let's say jaywalking. Okay, let's say in your community, jaywalking is a huge issue. People be getting hit by cars all the time because they jaywalk. But in someone else's community, it's not a big issue. But someone jaywalks and now they're arrested. Okay, let's say they don't even get hurt, they're arrested. It does hurt them because now they have a record. And if you're a young black man, that record is just as bad as getting punched in the face. So you have to hold your county council accountable too, because the laws that they pass give an avenue for